I am Isael Márquez, structural analysis and design. Structural analysis and design are very important fields of civil engineering because any construction needs an adequate structure to support loads during its useful life. This subject deals with the evaluation of existing structures, which is a step for analyzing and the calculation of new structures, which is the corresponding step for design. A structure can be defined as an ensemble of parts that are aligned in an ordered way to carry out its function, which can be the saving for a clear space, as in the case of a bridge, the containing of space, which case is a building, or the supporting of pressures, as in the case of a dam. Structures will be always have as their main function to support high loads, therefore, they need the best and more adequate design for the working condition. Other factors that engineers should keep in mind are the cost of the structure and the aesthetic requirements. Nowadays, the most frequently used for reinforced concrete and steel structures. The loading that a structure has to support can give a place to three different types of stresses. Compression stress, that is the effort of the compacting or compressing the structure. Tensile stress, this is the effort for stretching the structures. And finally, torsion stress, that represents the twisting effort. The procedure of structural design should begin by having a very precise and defined construction project. Likewise, the design should have a currently specific architectural plan. The following step is to calculate the loads the structure is going to resist. These loadings are classified in two categories. Lift loadings, which are those weights that change with the time when people go in and out of the construction, making it very difficult to estimate. And dead loadings, which are constant with time. Finally, the engineer has to calculate the structural dimension according to the architectural plan, taking into consideration the rules of design so that the structure works appropriately. It is very important in this step of design to emphasize that calculation for structure cannot be generalized, since there are too many parameters to consider. However, an engineer with experience on the subject will have the know-how to be successful of the structural engineer.
Hello, my name is Alejandro Ramírez from Group 101, and I'm going to talk about hydraulics and hydraulic works. Hydraulics is the science dealing with physical laws that describe water behavior. It splits in two parts: hydrostatic, that studies static water, that is to say, when it is found stored in a place used for this purpose, and hydrodynamics, that deals with water in motion, flowing from one place to another. The hydraulics in the branch of fluid mechanics that studies exclusively water, its physical properties and the manner how they influence different situations where this vital liquid plays very important roles. The fundamental equation of hydraulics was developed by the great Swiss mathematician Bernoulli, who states that the energy between 2 points of a given system where water flows remains constant. This energy is present in the following ways: kinetics, which is caused by the movement of liquid; pressure, which is due to different pressures that water can exert; potential, which is the energy due to the location of a fluid in regard to a given level, arbitrarily fixed though; and other external forms of energy like heat, which can be given or taken away from water, and is shown by the different temperatures at which water can be or work, that is usually given or to take from water by mechanical devices such as pumps and turbines. This equation is applied to all systems and/or processes involving water. This fact gives us an idea of the wide range of its uses where water takes part. It is frequently used in all fields of engineering. Other scientists that made outstanding collaborations to hydraulics development were Brantilli, Reynolds, and Fraude. Some hydraulic works that we know of are Dams. These are big constructions used for storing water, coming from rain or natural streams like rivers. The objective is to provide water to several purposes as irrigation, recharging of wells, and supplying of water in times of scarcity or drought. Hydroelectric plants. These are mechanical systems for the purpose of using the hydraulic energy of rivers and big waterfalls to convert into electricity. Wells. They are constructions which consist of drilled holes in the ground to a given diameter to permit the water extraction by electromechanical equipments of pumping. These are very important works, since a high percentage of the water we use is obtained by these means. Channels. These are ditches in the open air used for transporting water from one place to another. They are lined with concrete to avoid losses by filtration to the soil. They are commonly used to irrigate agricultural lands with the water taken from rivers, lakes, or lagoons. Drinking water systems. These are ducts made of convey water from wells or other sources to urban places. Nowadays, it is of a great importance that drinking water networks provide water of a high psychochemical and bacteriological quality to prevent sickness. Therefore, it is a common practice to give water a physical and chemical treatment before sending it to the cities. Drainage system. These are conduits made to carry residuals or wastewater from urban places toward natural places. There are three kinds of them. Black waters drainage, which transport waters that have given services to houses. Rain drainage, which have as an objective to contain rainwaters, therefore they should be designed taking into consideration rainfalls. The last type of drainage are mixed systems, which perform simultaneously the two functions above mentioned. In Mexico, it is common to find cities with mixed drainage systems. In many cases, they are not enough for their duty. And finally, pumping systems. They are machines or equipment used to pump water out of any source like rivers, lakes, lagoons, and dams or other places for further applications. In this article, we can see enormous importance of this work in our daily living, since we use water in almost every activity.